It's in Santiago, Chile. I hope more DJs get to experience this feeling. Headlining your own world tour is unreal. Now, granted, you have Mustard, who's on Kendrick's Stadium tour, and I don't think Mustard has gone on his own world tour or own tour just independently, but he definitely does shows. So I guess Gordo's trying to say, bro, what are you talking about? You can't shit on me. Then he says, imagine devoting your entire Coachella set to a guy that wouldn't even drive an hour to pop out for you. And I guess he's saying Kendrick, who you're devoting your entire set to, wouldn't even pop out to show you some love, right? By, performing anything. Here's my thing. I love competition. Now, it is sad. And by the way, I did, in all openness and fairness, I spoke to Gordo today, right? I even hit Mustard because I wanted to talk to him as well to kind of get his side. Mustard did not respond back to me, but I don't think me and Mustard got nothing. You know what I mean? Because we talked before. Now, when I did talk to Mustard like a few months ago, Mustard's feeling was that Drake was trying to fuck with him by putting Gordo's album to drop on the same date as he, and also giving Gordo 2 Drake tracks. Ultimately, I think Mustard still sold what he was going to sell, but he felt Drake was trying to fuck with him, right? I talked to him. He gave me some more explanations why he was doubling down on that point, saying Drake was trying to fuck with him, okay? Drake himself told me, was like, yo, bro, I think Drake's exact words to me was, dog, I'm way too rich to be giving a fuck about trying to make a nigga drop on the same day. A nigga who can't sell 20K is going to drop. Like, come on, bro. Like, you think I'm trying to set up for someone to drop on the day of, because I think Mustard has sold like 18,000 or something like that first week. DJ Mustard first week sales. And those sales were 18,000. Right. So that was the thought then, but looks like, there's constant like little pot shots being taken, and I think Mustard just got tired of it. Unfortunately, this has turned to almost like the Avengers, and everybody has like some type of opponent. Like, for example, the opponent for, I think Mustard shouldn't be going at Gordo. I think it should be Mustard and Boy Wonder, because if both are producers, Boy Wonder did Family Matters and Push-Ups, and Mustard did Not Like Us, right? Both are predominantly hip-hop producers, and I think they should go at each other, not going at it with an EDM producer, because or EDM slash house slash like techno producer. Here's the problem in trying to compare both of them, and I'm going to be very fair, right? Because one does hip-hop and one's in this like techno world, it's very different. Like, Mustard is a huge producer, but he's not going to sell as much tickets as the guy who's doing that type of music. However, album sales and streams, Mustard's going to win. So when you start looking at that, you get to realize if you're talking about competition in streams and record sales, Mustard wins. If you're talking about hard tickets, which a lot of people care about, most likely Gordo's going to win. So here's my thing. I have, I like both guys. I don't want to be biased with this take. I think we have to come up with a central rubric to really judge both of their, success. If we're going to talk about success, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm talking to Gordo today, and he told me, he's like, yo, bro, I'm not a hip hop producer. He's like, I produce hip hop for Drake for fun. Like, I don't make hip hop beats all the time. I'm doing techno and all these other genres and EDM. That's what I've been doing for a really long time. Now, have I made some great hip hop songs? Yes. Like, people know me for introducing Uzi. He's like, yo, I fucked around and made Rich Baby Daddy. I think Rich Baby Daddy, he made that. But he's doubling down on Rich Baby Daddy, producer. Yeah, it's produced by Gordo. He's basically still doubling down, saying, I'm not a hip hop producer, right? So a hip hop producer would have certain type of metrics to kind of judge them, and also EDM producer or EDM DJ and a hip hop DJ, or DJ slash producer in both genres. So I just think the proper metric should be applied, and if the proper metric is applied, I think it's gonna be I think it's close. Like if we're talking about hit songs, Billboard hit songs, Mustard clearly got it. If we're talking about hard tickets, which a lot of these, touring DJs that are in other genres go off, like Carnage is selling a shit ton of tickets every year. He's a hard ticket seller, which that is impressive. So it depends on what you're going off of, but I wouldn't knock either guy. And it's kind of sad that this battle between Drake and Kendrick has now turned into the producers who fuck with either or having to now duke it out. And there's almost like no middle ground. You got to like choose your side, stay over there, and then you got to continue the back and forth or the beef, or otherwise like you a bitch. You know what I mean? And again, no one's getting past it for whatever reason, or it seems like no one's getting past it. So it's kind of sad, but me being fair, I think you can't compare them. You can't compare apples to oranges. I've said that I think that Boy Wonder could stand toe to toe with Mustard on a beat battle. So Boy Wonder, Mustard versus 20 beats, or let's say 10. I think that would be close. They both got huge songs. They got great production, but they're primarily hip hop producers. While Carnage is a DJ and producer, but it's for other genres primarily, right? So this is what it is.